Okay, I figured I would do a quick video on the filtration I've got down here in the basement. Try not to shake too much. I'm sure everyone who's messed with the RO units knows what's going on. Do a quick run through and talk about what I've done here and the updates I've done. Oh, this is directly under the sink up above. Since I have a basement, it's kind of nice that I'm able to have this out of the way. The main water comes in right here off the main. Got it going through a sediment, going through 2 carbons. Oops, sorry. And then the red line comes around, goes into the RO unit. This is what I had problems with, letting the phosphate get by. Quick note on the phosphate. Some city water, municipalities, whatever you want to call it, they will actually add phosphate to their water. It has something to the maintaining the pipelines or whatever. It's not a lot, but it's a little bit. However, my city water, if you want to call it a city, does not add it. But what has happened here was that they had to break into a line. And when they put a line back together, they basically use a disinfectant to the pipes before they put it back together, so they don't get any kind of bad stuff flowing through the water. Problem is, there's phosphate in the disinfectants. And that's where my, almost 100% sure, that's where my phosphate problem came from. Anyway, I had replaced the RO unit with a filter that was not tested. Should have listened to a friend of mine again. Should have got the tested unit. I ended up getting a tested unit. I got it from SpectraPure. And right now, there's nothing getting through it. Let's see. Processed water comes out here. This little guy right here we'll talk about in a second. Comes around. I've got one of these, I can't remember what you call that pump, but basically on the back side, this yellow line back here is the bad water. That's the water that's going over the side. It goes in the other side of the pump and it actually pumps it up. In this particular system, where it comes out of the pump, this is the good water. You see that little red line back there? Pressurized tank. It pumps up so far, you got pressure, and it stops. The water going down the drain stops, everything stops. I'm skipping a couple things that I am going to back up, and then it runs through, going to our drinking water, also to my ice maker. Well, not all of my drinking water, but I have one of those little spigots up next to the sink. This is another activated carbon filter. And then this line goes upstairs to my sink and to my ice maker. Now the things I skipped. I went ahead when I got the new, I hadn't already done it, should have done it, I recommend doing it. Went ahead when I got the new RO filter, I got this guy. And this is the TDS meters. This is coming in. The raw water, or not raw water, but the city water coming in and the water coming out of the RO unit. Actually, I set it up so it's the whole filter system and the RO unit together. And you come up here, and I'm hoping that the camera will pick it up. You push this little button and it pops on. And you see right now it's showing 31 parts per million total dissolved solids coming in. Or that's coming out, I'm sorry. Actually, it will go, tell you the truth, it will actually go up a little bit when you haven't used the water. Because if I start using the water, that drops down to about 1 or 2. That's the water coming in, 62 parts per million. I think what happens is when your water is stopped, some of the dissolved solids will leach through the RO unit. I don't know that for a fact, but just my thought. The water comes into the pump, and then there's the T. This is going to the DI, the sorry, brain fart, deionization. This is a 2-stage filter. I got it from Spectrapure. This guy's doing a tremendous job. Again, I have a TDS meter going into the DI and coming out. And as you can see, there's 0 going in and there's 0 coming out. Now, there actually should be showing 1 part per million, because that's what this one will be coming out of the RO unit. So I'm going to have to make sure that these little guys right here, they actually press into a regular T, and they have 2 probes, and the probes have to have it so that the water runs over both of them. You can't have it so that they're in line. So I'm afraid that one of these that are up here are turned a little bit wrong. Then from the DI unit, you got this line right here. This goes to the tank. As if you've been keeping up and watching, you know that I have a solenoid valve with a top-off float. So the water is always there. It goes directly into the tank. There's no buckets, no trash cans, no nothing. It's just straight into the, well, into the sump. So that's it. That's the original right there. That's original. And the upgrades. And I have 0 phosphates now. Hope to God I'm not getting them anywhere else. That's about it. Questions, comments, criticisms, always welcome. Y'all take it easy.